Is Nicole and Mahmoud still together after his arrest in 90 Day Fiancé? Mahmoud al-Sherbini, the star of 90 Day Fiancé, was taken into custody in February 2024 on suspicion of domestic abuse towards Nicole. See if their marriage is still intact. 90 Day Fiancé. The end of happiness? It's astonishing to learn about Nicole Sherbini and actor Mahmoud al-Sherbini's relationship status following his recent incarceration. Nicole, a 40-year-old Los Angeles resident, was on a soul-searching journey in Cairo, when she fell in love with Mahmoud, an Egyptian. When Nicole saw the 31-year-old selling fabric in a store, she became numb in the knees. Mahmoud just had a day with Nicole before she returned to America, but he soon asked her to marry him. Nicole was back in Egypt in a matter of weeks, prepared to wed Mahmoud. 90 Day Fiancé. The end of happiness? It's astonishing to learn about Nicole Sherbini and actor Mahmoud al-Sherbini's relationship status following his recent incarceration. Nicole, a 40-year-old Los Angeles resident, was on a soul-searching journey in Cairo when she fell in love with Mahmoud, an Egyptian. When Nicole saw the 31-year-old selling fabric in a store, she became numb in the knees. Mahmoud just had a day with Nicole before she returned to America, but he soon asked her to marry him. Nicole was back in Egypt in a matter of weeks, prepared to wed Mahmoud. Nicole spent 2 months in Cairo without success before leaving to go back home. She chose to divorce Mahmoud because she was unable to handle the cultural adjustment. However, as they were filming season 4 of 90 Day Fiancé. The other way, Nicole gave Mahmoud and her marriage another shot. Nicole realized that by bringing her spouse to the United States, she may salvage their marriage after spending some more time in Egypt. After they moved in together in Los Angeles, Nicole could have thought that their conflicts would stop, but there was lately news of Mahmoud's arrest in connection with domestic abuse. The biggest red flags for Nicole and Mahmoud's 90 Day Fiancé. Nicole and Mahmoud were a bad match as a couple because of their different worldviews. Despite Nicole's agreement to become an Islamic convert in order to wed Mahmoud, she never made an effort to find out about Mahmoud's beliefs or religious customs. Nicole continued to have doubts about Mahmoud's faith and her own decision to convert, despite the fact that he held it in the highest regard. Nicole was trying to impose her own rules while she was in Egypt, rather than learning more about Mahmoud's culture. Though Nicole was unwilling to adhere to Mahmoud's strict religious principles, Mahmoud still had high expectations for her. Mahmoud feared Nicole would be indoctrinated against Nurin if she grew close to her yoga instructor. Even with her spouse, Nicole, a Los Angeles native, was unable to wear a bikini. Mahmoud's conservative beliefs were in opposition to her going to upscale eateries. It was hard for Nicole to socialize with Mahmoud's pals. If she stayed at home, he would rather she helped his mother. In addition, Nicole and Mahmoud were constantly at odds over everything. When Mahmoud shoved Nicole and she shoved back on video, their disagreements also turned violent. Despite having been together for 4 years, their communication was at an all-time low. When they were dating, Mahmoud might not have told Nicole that she needed to cover her hair and wear conservative clothing as a married lady. Nicole's main grievance was that Mahmoud expected her to transform not only herself as a person, but also her fashion sense, since it was her attire that typified the former fashion student. How Mahmoud is responding on HeartBreaking to his American life. Play the video. Nicole hadn't seen Mahmoud since he landed in the United States 6 months prior. Nicole had been waiting for this day for a very long time, but when they finally met, Mahmoud didn't respond the way Nicole had hoped. Nicole had to order Mahmoud to kiss me, you mother asterisk 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 asterisk, because he refused to come close to her mouth. Mahmoud was confronted by Nicole when she refused to give him a kiss on the lips in front of the producers. Mahmoud said to the filmmakers that he felt uncomfortable when Nicole tried to kiss him. Mahmoud claimed that he didn't feel comfortable practicing PDA with Nicole because he is a Muslim. In addition, he requested her to close your stomach and questioned the clothes she was wearing. She shouldn't have shown her stomach, he warned her. While Nicole wasn't sure how far she could push things in Egypt, she maintained that she understood the laws and how things operated in America. Mahmoud declined to comment, citing his brief visit of few minutes in the United States. Mahmoud needed to know the rules, such how to utilize the crosswalk, according to Nicole. While Nicole was driving him home, Mahmoud made fun of her driving abilities. There were people about and it was noisy, so he complained that he was already missing Caro. Nicole hoped Mahmoud was simply tired and not dissatisfied with the United States. Additionally, he found Nicole's home unimpressive. Mahmoud was scandalized by the artwork of a nude woman on top of her bed and didn't like the extra pillows on her bed. Mahmoud termed Nicole's painting from art school weird, which nearly brought her to tears. Nicole had created it herself. Mahmoud thought Nicole's naked mannequin was weird as well. When Mahmoud revealed to the cameras that he intended to spend the night with Nicole, he appeared uninterested. He wasn't fatigued, despite his hesitant responses to everything Nicole said. Though Mahmoud was relieved to see Nicole, he was not worn out. In a sneak peek at the upcoming episode of Happily Ever After, Nicole could be seen standing immediately beside Mahmoud as he stopped in midair and fixed his gaze on a Muslim woman on the street. Nicole feels that she is not Muslim enough for Mahmoud as a result. Why was Mahmoud, the star of 90 Day Fiancé, arrested? In the video, Nicole is heard advising Mahmoud that he may return to Egypt to find an Arab wife. Remarkably, once word of Mahmoud's detention in February 2024 surfaced online, it appeared as though he might have been returning home. Following an apparent incident with Nicole, Mahmoud was charged with domestic assault, according to Instagram bloggers Mary Pants and John Yates. Mahmoud was detained and accused of misdemeanor domestic assault on February 20, 2024, according to InTouch. Mahmoud was freed on a $20,000 bail and was required to appear in court in March. Are Mahmoud and Nicole together in the United States? On February 28, 2024, Nicole revealed her silence on Instagram in response to Mahmoud's incarceration. The update was enigmatic. Nicole posted something on her stories from the Musawa movement. Policy Brief 8, which demanded that end violence against women in Muslim families, was included in the piece. Nicole appeared to have alluded to her involvement in the domestic abuse event in her post. The tweet stated that over 1 in 3 women experience physical or sexual violence at some point in their lives, but Nicole withheld any further information. Blogger Shabuti of 90 Day Fiancé uploaded a screenshot of a follower claiming to have seen Nicole and Mahmoud together in America, presumably in reference to Nicole's post suggesting she was divorcing him after his incarceration. The fan said that Mahmoud and Nicole were shopping together as they worked at a grocery store in Silver Lake, Los Angeles. Nicole looked great, according to the message, while Mahmoud was still a tragic mess. Nicole had not yet given Mahmoud the boot, which saddened the 90 Day Fiancé. Happily Ever After fan.